Hi everyone, my name is Maggie Coleman, and I am so thankful that Miss Presley and Miss Sharam have asked me to share a couple videos with you guys about what Bells has meant to me, what it means to so many that have gone before us, the importance of tradition, and just a couple tips to help you guys have the best year you can next year. A little bit about me. I was a Belle from 2015 to 2018. My junior year, I was junior lieutenant, and my senior year, I had the privilege of being captain, which is one of the biggest blessings and was truly one of the best years of my life, as all 3 years were that I was on Bells. And something I've been noticing recently is just how much those 3 years have impacted me and shaped me as a person, and just have taught me so many life lessons. So I wanted to share with you guys today some lessons that I learned on Bells, and I want to bring your attention to them now because I think it's important that you realize what you're learning as you're learning it so you can start to apply it now. So my first lesson that I want to talk to you guys about is how to work hard for others. And what I mean by this is sometimes it's whenever you're just working for yourself, it's so much easier to just give up and be like, okay, I'm done today. And when you're on a team, you just can't do that. And so you really have to think about, how your actions affect others. And like a Belle example of this is at a field practice or any kind of practice, and you're hot, you're tired, you're thirsty, you're ready to be done, but the performance just isn't ready. If you decide right then and there that you're just done, that's affecting a lot of people and you. And as Bells, we don't stop until it's perfect. And so if you just decide that you're done, that's just not going to work, and you're putting more work on yourself. So if you think about working for others, there's a little bit of pressure on yourself, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to let them down. I'm going to go 100%. I'm going to go full out. I'm going to kick as high as I can, because that's what you do on a team. You work for each other, and you work for a common goal, which is something so cool and special. So work for your team, work for your directors, work for your captain. Everybody is putting in time and effort, and everybody deserves effort, 100% dedication from each other. And whenever that happens, you will begin to see just how efficient your practices can become, and just how things will come together so much quicker if you all work for each other and have that mutual respect that let's get this done together, and let's do it right, and let's do it fast. And you will see a huge difference in how things work. You also need to work hard for your school. Bells have been the brightest spot for Southside for a long time now, and that's something that we don't want to fade. So work hard for your school and be proud of your team, and be something that your school can be proud of. I always would remember that people who weren't Bells would brag on the Bells all the time, and brag that Southside had something as special and as talented as the Bells. And that's something that we need to take seriously, and we need to remember that there are people that are counting on us to be the bright spot for our school. So work hard for your school. Work hard for the crowd. There are people that come to watch the Bells, or that come to the football game just to watch the Bells. Or there are people that that is, the bright spot of the football game is to watch halftime. And so work hard for those people who look forward to seeing you perform. Here's a big one. Work hard for former Bells. As a former Belle, I can say that even if I don't make it to the football game, I will find a way to watch the performance. And I'm not the only one. There are several that do that. Girls who have graduated much longer ago than I have still watch Belle performances, and they have the same expectations of you that they had for us when we were Bells. We know what it takes, we know how much work goes into it, and we expect the same level of performance from you as was expected from us when we were bells. So really think about that. You know, all the time, girls are looking back at the bells and being like, I hope it's still the standard of perfection that it was when we were there. And you know, you want to make them proud. So just really think about that as you're practicing and working for a performance. Another lesson that I've learned is that there is not one member that is more or less important than another. I know we have officers and, you know, seniority, pecking order, babies and seniors, but when you're in a performance, the audience has no idea who's the captain and who's the baby. You know, all they know is that they're watching the Southern Bells and they expect greatness. So whenever you are practicing and whenever you guys are working together as a team, remember that, you know, if one unit or one piece of the team is off, it affects everybody, not just the babies, or not just the officers. You are a team whenever you well, you're always a team. And whenever you are performing in front of people, there are no labels, there are no grades, there's no seniority. It is a team. You are the Southern Bells, and people see you as that. So just remember that everybody on that team is a vital member. Speaking of pecking order, another lesson I've learned is that you will always have a place in life, and you need to quickly realize what that is and respect it and know that your time will come. Pecking order is not something that is supposed to be negative or mean or, you know, something that you should be afraid of. Pecking order is strictly a form of organization. It is something that makes us look organized and prepared and like we know what we're doing. Can you imagine if everybody rushed to the front of the line to eat, or rushed to the front to take a picture, or all try to get on the bus at once? That just would not happen. So whenever we're out in public, or whenever, even just in practice, it's just a form of organization and a way to get things done quickly and efficiently. But it also is something that bonds you with your grade. Some of my funniest memories on bells are when I was a sophomore and we would run to see who would get the speaker, or we would be having to all hold the coolers or carry the props in the rain. I mean, we had to do some crazy stuff, but that's something to remember, that as I'm here talking to you today and I was captain and I got, you know, to do all of these things, there was a time when I was in the back row, or I was carrying the speaker, or it was pouring down rain and I was carrying props. We've all done it, and that's something that, you know, you just work your way up and you earn your way to the top. Everybody's done it. No grade is doing something that, you know, nobody's done before. This is something that you just do, and it's part of the tradition, and it's what makes bells special. So just remember that you'll always have a place, and you need to know it and respect it. You will have your time at the top, I promise. And lastly, one of my favorite lessons that bells has taught me is that it's taught me how to recognize when I'm a part of something special and to appreciate it. I appreciated bells when I was a part of it, don't get me wrong, but as soon as I started to pull away, I realized just how special of a group and an organization it was. And I want you guys to realize that while you're in it, because there's nothing more powerful than a group of girls who realizes what they have. And what you have in front of you right now is so incredibly special, and something that you will cherish for the rest of your life, and something that so many want to be a part of in the future or wish that they could go back to. So if you guys realize this now and apply it and appreciate the little things, even, you know, the field practices, running back to the corner to do the walk-on again, carrying the props, being sore. I would give anything to be sore, or to go and run the field and do the walk-on a million times over. You know, if you just appreciate those little things, it will show in the way you interact with each other, in the way you practice, and in the way you perform. when you love what you're doing, people can see it and people appreciate that. And it is just something that you can't teach, you can't force on somebody, you have to realize it. And whenever, when you watch a group of dancers perform and you know they love what they're doing, it's a game changer, and it's something so amazing to watch. And you guys have that capability. You have that special organization. You're a part of it. You're living it right in front of you. So I encourage you guys to really appreciate it and really just apply all of these lessons that Bells teaches you. Apply them now, because that'll only make it easier as you graduate and get older and enter the real world. It's tough, but if you have these lessons, apply them, and I promise you, you will have a much easier time. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you enjoyed hearing these things, and I know I enjoyed talking about them. And I hope that you guys get to reunite as a team soon. Babies, I'm sure you are more than ready to get started and start living this life, because there's nothing like it, and it is truly the best experience. So thank you for listening, and I will see you guys soon for my next video. Bye.